Hello, welcome to yet another episode in our marriage series. Ben and I have been sharing insights and experiences from our 6 years together in marriage. In case you're watching this for the first time, you can find the previous recordings on our YouTube channel. Feel free to subscribe and check them out. I believe they will be of great help and insight in your own relationships. Today, we would like to discuss one of the foundational components for a healthy and a happy marriage. And this is cultivating friendship in marriage. Who is a friend, you might ask? A friend is someone that you like and enjoy spending time with. It's one thing to be married, but it's another to be friends. In other words, being married does not automatically mean that you are friends. Friendship is something that you have to intentionally and deliberately cultivate. Diana, would you like to share something in addition to that about friendship?
Yeah, friendship. When we were dating, we were definitely friends. And getting married, we were friends, and we would enjoy our time together. I mean, we were both working, so we would get home together after work, and we would just talk and cook and just chill until the next morning. Then came children. And the dynamics of the home changed. That would get home and it would just be, preparing the child to eat, sleep, and, just by the end of that, you are just too exhausted. We would be too exhausted to do anything, to talk, to what. Before you know it, you're just sleeping, waking up in the morning, going to work, come back, same thing. And then it's like the friendship began to fade away. Like we were just not doing things together that was making the friendship go on. So it became a bit difficult then. And then you're just caught up in that whole children thing, that even the conversations that you had around, now we need diapers, now we need to do this, and there's just so many other things taking up that time that we forgot about each other in a way. So eventually, what did we do? I think for me, one of the things was to, how am I going to bring the friendship back, was to make sure that the child, or now the children, sleep early, so that they are in bed by 8, so that from 8 onwards we're able to just be together and talk and whatever, and have conversation that is not centered around children. And then also, I think another thing now for me, when the business started, and during the day it's kids, I found that it's at night that I would get onto the laptop. Then I realized, okay, now this is not going to work. This night time is the only time that we would have to be together. Now, if I spent that time on the laptop, then it would be impossible. So now I had to work out another way so that I can do the work that I needed to during the day, even with the kids, so that night time is completely free.
True.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you, Diana. I think one thing that she's said is that initially we begin as friends, but when we settle into marriage, we get busy with work, children come, it's so easy for you to lose the connection. Much as you're in the same space, much as you're together, it's so easy to be distant and lead separate lives, and yet you're still in the same environment. And that's why I think the subject of friendship is very key, because yes, you can be together, but then you realize that you have drifted far apart from each other, much as you're still physically together. One of the things that I also found it very helpful, in addition to building friendship, was being an encourager, being a supporter, and being each other's cheerleader. A very good example of that is that much of the time my work involves presentations, trainings to different people and different groups. So one of the ways I have found Diana extremely helpful in my area of work, involving her in not only in my life but also in my work, is when I'm preparing a presentation, I will run her through it. I have this presentation that I'm going to be making. What are your thoughts about it? What would you think? What can I add? How would you interpret this topic? And she brings very brilliant ideas. You'll be amazed at the very significant things that she has made that really bring such an amazing perspective to these presentations. Another good example is these videos. For a long time, she said, honey, put out videos. You know, you need to start showing the public what you're doing and what you're up to. And this is entirely her input, because if it wasn't for her, I don't think we'd be doing this. So I've found that there are many instances when I can bring her into my line of work. Much as she does not directly do what I do, her input is extremely very essential. What has been it like in your case?
Yeah, I remember when we had just gotten married, and one of my cousins, Sandra, used to come to visit us. And you'd always ask us that, you know, so what are your passions, what are your talents? And we would laugh. We would just laugh so hard, because we'd be like, in our family, we don't have such stuff. We don't have talents and passions.
And I would imagine, which family is that where there are no passions, you know?
And we would just laugh. We would find it so strange, like passions and talents. Like, we just, you know, go to university, get a job, and just do your work. But he would keep talking about it. And then now it started that in the evening, when we would be going back home, again, he would be asking that, but isn't there something that you're passionate about, something that you're good at? And I'd be like, the only thing I'm good at is shopping. And I say, me, that is my hobby, that is my talent, that is my passion. And I was like, how can I make a business or a career out of shopping? I don't want to be someone's personal shopper. But he would always say, there must be something. And I would always say, the only thing is shopping. But eventually, I ended up starting a business that revolved around shopping. And of course, I love the shopping part of it. But it, like, those conversations led to somewhere. And yeah, I don't think I would have started Ruby's Gift Store or even sustained it up to now if it weren't for you. Yeah. So the other thing is when I started the business and the first order came in, first of all, I knew nothing about business. I was just starting. And then the first order comes in and I'm trying to do the pricing and I find like I would just be in total losses. But you know, I had sort of given in. So when the things were arriving, I showed you the list and you were like, oh my goodness. And so, you know, that's when he started telling me, you've got this all wrong, you need to do it like this. And then we sat down on the laptop together and went through it. This was the first order that we had in, it was end of 2017, coming 2018. And we went through it, and then you showed me, you know, what I needed to do. And then I corrected it, and then at least I was able to make a profit. Like, I was going to be in total losses if I had continued the way I was. So that was another way. There have been so many, but that was like the beginning of now starting the business, how you helped me. And then, like, as recent as last month, I had an issue with Stanbic Bank. One of my transactions had an issue. So, you know, I'm telling Jesse about it, and then like a week goes by and there's still an issue, until eventually Jesse says, let me call a bank manager that I know who can help. And I had been calling customer care, and they had been, they were like, you know, telling me there's no issue and we'll just be patient. So when he called the bank manager, that's when we were able to actually find out that there had been an issue, and she was able to help us to resolve it. So that was very helpful, that I could tell you and you were able to help me come up with a solution for it, and like it was solved. So that just goes to show that your spouse can actually help you, like involve them in what you're doing, let them know exactly what's going on in your work, in your business, whatever it is that you're doing, because you never know how they'll be able to help you in whatever it is you're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Great. So it's key that much as we do different activities, we might be involved in different businesses or different jobs, just running these ideas with each other, sharing input, just telling how what you do and, you know, comparing notes, I think it goes a long way, first and foremost in making you more effective in your work, but also in building the bond. Because, you know, while we are doing all this, guess what? The friendship is getting stronger, the bond is getting much stronger. It's one thing, I could choose to do it with somebody else out there. I could choose to have a discussion about a presentation I'm going to do with somebody else out there. But in this case, when I have it with Diana, my wife, it becomes much better. You know, you make the bond of friendship and the bond of marriage much stronger. So couples out there, I believe that There is so much that we can do if together we are stronger. If our bond of friendship and union is much stronger, there is little that we cannot accomplish if two people agree. And I think the greatest agreement on planet Earth that God has instituted is the bond of marriage. So let's build strong friendships, because I believe they will lead to healthier and happier marriages. Thank you for watching, and again, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You'll be happy and inspired to watch more videos that will be coming up soon. Thank you, and God bless you.